My future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. I'm just joking. Sorry, the sun keeps coming in my eyes. Guys, welcome back or to the channel. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. What are we doing today? Well, if you have a truck camper, if you have hijackers, you've ran into this problem. This puppy leaks. It does not have pressure. If you would have watched one of our videos back a little bit that said our truck jack failed as we were loading the camper, if you haven't, I will leave that card at the end of this video and in the description. We are changing all the O-rings in this. It should be super easy. If not, that's gonna be a bummer. Check this out, guys. Okay guys, before I take this off, one of the first things you might notice is this top bracket has been rebuilt. My friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, along with one of my other friends, were nice enough to help rebuild this top bracket. As the jack sleeve would slide, there's too much of a gap in here, so they cut it apart, welded a new piece on so you can really crimp it on there. I just wanted to show you that before we started taking this off. So one of the first things you need to do is there's a tiny little cotter pin right there. You want to get that out so you can get this plunger mechanism out of there. This is where it leaks here, right inside the tube. So we're going to go ahead and take that part out. So that's the little cotter pin that you want to take out of there. If you can, try to save that, try not to wreck that. And then you'll see there's a little pin right there which takes this plunger out. Right now you don't want to take that plunger out because it's going to leak. As soon as you pull that plunger out, it's going to leak. There you go. You want to get it out quick? Just leave your jack out a little bit. Try not to get the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man soaked in hydraulic fluid. So right where the plunger goes in, there's a little C-clip here that keeps this whole mechanism in there. You want to pop that little C-clip off.
Now, we tried with those. Just watch that you don't, the C-clip wants to go flying as you unclip it.
Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to get off.
Yeah.
Now we need to bang out the cylinder, which is probably going to get oil everywhere. So as you can see, you've got 6 of these. So you just take them off, put some new ones on. Just be very careful taking them off and be very careful putting them on, the new ones on. And it was a 09 in the ring kit. So you just slide those on right back where they were, and as you see that one's good. So these ones weren't too bad, but the ones that are really bad are the ones that are on this plunger right here, and then the one inside. So this one leaked as the plunger went in right through there. It was leaking. So that's where we're going to change these ones. So you got to get your pick in there and pull it up. So that's the one that's right inside the hole there. That is the ring. So now that we've got the old one out, you got to mess around, put a new one in there, try and get it in there the same way it came out. and it can be a little finicky to get in there. And I'm sorry you guys can't see this so well. It's a tight spot in there. And there you go. So the ring's back in there. It's seated in its little hole. So when you slide the plunger in, you can actually feel that in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll just change this one here as well. And it's just a tiny little ring. And that should be an 04 by this ring kit. You can slide that on there. And there you go. You can hear it's got good suction in there. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's good suction. I will let you know that underneath this ring here, the second one from this end, when you go to take these off, there's little holes on there here, and you would think it's got holes just like these ones that have no rings on it, that one shouldn't have a ring. You need that ring on there. Because what happens is when you're pumping it, as you notice, when I put this plunger in, that ring wants to move out, and when you pull the plunger back, it seals those holes up. So that's the only way. If you don't put that ring back on, it's not going to go up, right? So you got to have that in there. Go ahead and slide this back in. This part's always going to be where the little bracket is, so you can put your plunger back on. So just slide it back in there. It's going to need a little tap. And that's how that goes back in. And on this side, you got to put the C-clip back on there. Without it spraying all over the place. There you go.
Here, I gotta do the bleeder valve. Let's change that one.
There is a little ring on the bleeder valve as well. Make sure you don't cross thread these putting them in. You'll take your plunger and you'll stick it back in like so, and you'll put your pin back in. So once you got it all filled up, bolts back in for filling, give it a wipe down. That way you can see if it's going to leak at all. Now, so you're going to make sure your bleeder is closed. You're going to lift it up, open your bleeder a little bit, and slowly bring it down. Why are you doing it that way, Corey? And what will happen is the oil from up top will slowly work its way down.
Close the valve.
Close the valve again. Lift it up. Let's see if we've got any pressure in there yet. And as you see, it's going up. Alrighty guys, that is how you fix a hijacker jack, putting in new seals, new gaskets. not leaking, give it a good wipe, double check it. Whole 9 yards. We have pressure back in this jack. If you guys like videos like this, please smash that thumbs up. As Marcy would normally say, don't forget to subscribe and ding that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time we put out a video. If you guys didn't see the video where this jack failed when we tried to load it onto the camper, again, I will leave the card at the end, right about here, and in the comments below. We will see you in the next video.